Alright, so I'm just going to jump on in and get started. I'm priming my face with the Too Faced Primed and Poreless Primer just to create a nice base for my foundation. I had already put on my moisturizer and my eye cream, so all I needed to do was just prime my face, which you can choose to prime or not prime. I just decided to do it this time. And next I'm going in with my foundation, which is the Revlon Color Stay Whipped Foundation in the number 220 Nude. And usually what I do is I will just kind of dot some of the foundation all over my face just to help make it easier to blend it out. It is a thicker formula and it's a little bit more on the dry side in terms of when you're trying to buff it out. But it is still, the formula itself is very hydrating once it's on the skin. So I'm just taking my Real Techniques buffing brush and just buffing it in a circular motion. I sped this part up because otherwise we'd be here for days while I'm trying to blend everything together. So just for time's sake, I decided to speed it up a bit so you guys can get the general idea of how I apply this foundation. This is just what works best for me, is using this brush. I can also apply it with my hands and still get a really nice finish, so you can do whichever you prefer to do, or with a beauty blender. And then now I'm taking what's the little bit left of my Maybelline Age Eraser Brightening Concealer and putting it underneath of my eyes. Again, I sped this part up as well, and then taking my ring finger and just kind of patting it in gently. And next, I recently repurchased a product I had bought a while back, which is the Rimmel Match Perfection concealer, and I believe it's in the color Light, Fair to Light or something. I can tell you in a second. I have to look at it. 125 Fair. I really like this concealer, so I just did the same thing. I created that kind of upside down triangle and patted it in with my finger to blend it, and then I'm taking my Bare Minerals Well Rested concealer and a little powder setting brush and just setting that concealer that we just applied, and also using it as kind of a highlighter to highlight down my center of my nose, also to kind of go over the foundation that I put on the eyelid. I put a little bit there along with some concealer, and so setting with the powder will help to absorb any oils and help your eyeshadow to last all day. And then just kind of hitting, like I said, the points where you would have a natural highlight. So a little bit on the forehead, a little bit on the chin. And then using my Rimmel Stay Matte Powder in Creamy Beige or Creamy Natural. I'll have it in the down bar below so you guys will know exactly what color. And just a nice fluffy powder brush just to kind of set my foundation. And now I'm going to use my blush. This is NYX Mocha. And it's very pigmented, so a little bit goes a long way with the NYX products, especially their blush. So as you can tell, I'm barely putting any on, and it's still, there's a lot of color payoff. So you definitely want to kind of blend it out a little bit with a powder brush that you used for your powder that you applied before the blush, just to kind of help blend it out and not make it look so harsh. Which is what I'm doing now, just so it looks a little bit more natural. And making sure I didn't wash away too much of that blush by doing that. And I'm going to be using my Anastasia Brow Wiz in Soft Brown. And I decided to skip showing you guys this on camera because, again, trying to save some time. If you guys would like a more detailed video on how I do my brows, let me know, and I'd be more than happy to film a video showing you how I do it. Please excuse one of my brows, my right brow, looks a little bit rough. I end up fixing it later on in the video, so it ends up looking better than it does right now. So just gonna clean that up later. So please ignore that. And what I'm doing now is highlighting the inner corner of my eye and a little under my brow bone using the Vixen color from the Naked Basics palette. And I'm just using the brush that came with my Urban Decay Naked palette, the original. It's a nice flat shader brush. It works really well for using it for that purpose. And now I'm going into the same palette using the color Naked with a fluffy brush and putting this in my crease to be like the transition color for this look. I like this color because it's kind of nice neutral color, and it's great no matter what eyeshadow you're putting in the crease later. It just really does a really great job of helping to blend everything together so you don't have any harsh lines. And now I'm going to be using a eyeshadow color by NARS. It is called Lola Lola. It's a really pretty kind of reddish bronze color. I had forgotten that I had this eyeshadow color and hadn't really gotten a lot of wear out of it, but I decided I wanted to do something with that color, so just kind of played around with it and kind of winged it, and really liked how it turned out. So I'm just taking a Real Techniques Dome Shadow Brush and applying it, focusing it on the outer corner, but also going to be blending that color up and in towards the crease, like so. You just want to kind of do some circular motions and then kind of pat the color in as well. Just, moving your brush back and forth to kind of help blend that color across the lid a little bit more, so it doesn't look like you just put it in the outer corner and stopped. You want it to kind of transition well and kind of fade. So that's what I'm doing now. And don't worry, we're going to go back and blend with a nice fluffy brush that we used before to apply our transition color, so it doesn't look like we have these harsh lines in the outer corners. So I think this color is gorgeous. I think it would look great on any eye color. I think it would especially bring out blue eyes, because browns tend to, browns and kind of reddish warm browns will especially make blue eyes pop. So I think for those of you with blue eyes, this color would look phenomenal on you. But even if you have brown eyes, green eyes, or hazel eyes like I do, this will still be really, really flattering. And I think it works well for any skin tone as well. And now here we are blending all of the shadows together just to kind of soften any harsh lines. Just kind of smoking it out a little bit there. And next, time for the gel liner. I'm breaking out my gel liner again. I had been using liquid for a while. I kind of go back and forth. But I'm using the Maybelline Eye Studio in Blackest Black. And I'm just using a travel-sized eyeliner brush by Bobbi Brown that I have lying around. So still trying to figure out the best eyeliner brush to use to apply gel eyeliner, but this is what I'm doing. I apologize, a lot of the portions of when I was filming this, I was kind of off camera and you couldn't see what I was doing, so I really apologize for that. You're going to be seeing kind of bits and pieces of me applying this liner. Some of it I'm kind of, you can't really see what I'm doing, so I apologize. I'm still trying to figure out the best way to apply the liner and being able to make sure I'm on camera doing it, so bear with me. And now I'm going on to the other eye. I'm just doing kind of a subtle wing today, not doing anything too dramatic, just a slight little flick at the end. And really when you're applying the gel liner, you can start with like a thinner line as kind of a base, like as close to the lash line as you can, and if you have some little squiggles, little stray marks, don't worry about it. You can easily go back in and thicken up the line later and blend that together so you don't even notice that you have any stray marks or made any mistakes. So that's another tip. And now time for mascara. I'm using my Benefit They're Real mascara. It's a travel size one I got for free for my birthday gift from Sephora. Super excited to try it because it's a bit on the pricey side. I usually buy drugstore mascaras, but I really wanted to try this one, and since I got it for free, what better way to try it than having it for free. So I think I would definitely purchase this mascara in full size in the future, but I just don't necessarily feel the need to splurge on mascara when I can get a really good mascara at the drugstore for, $7, $9, just depending on where you go. So I just applied it to my top lashes, and now I'm going into my Naked Basics palette into the color Naked, and I'm going to take my pencil brush and just kind of lightly dust that on under my lower lash line there, just to kind of create our base for this kind of smoked out lash line. Just going back and forth just to kind of blend it. You can always go back and add a little bit more color to intensify it, but go ahead and start kind of subtle, with a little bit of color, so you can always go back and add more, but once you put too much, it's a little harder to blend it out. So, and then I'm going to go in with Lola Lola again, which we used in our outer V, which is the color by NARS, and we're going to intensify that Naked color by using the darker color to kind of smoke it out a little bit more. And I'm just using Naked again on the other eye first, and then we'll go in with our dark color. I'm just completely obsessed with using shadow on my lower lash line. I just love it so much more than eyeliner. It's such a softer look, and it's just more sultry and smoky, and I love it. So yeah, here is Lola Lola going on the lower lash line over top of the Naked color. And I just love this color. I just think it's so pretty. I would not recommend wearing it all over the lid. It can look a little bit heavy and kind of drag you down a little bit depending on how you wear it. So I think it's better worn in the crease or in the outer corner along with some lighter colors in the inner corner and on the lid, so it's not so heavy because it is a really deep, rich color. Trust me, I know this from some experience. I've tried doing that and it just was not what I wanted. So what I also did was I put some mascara on my lower lashes, and now I'm cleaning up my brows a little bit with some concealer, that Rimmel's Matte Perfection concealer I used earlier. And excuse me, it's seeing the back of my head. I'm trying to get a brush together so I can kind of clean up my brows and blend that concealer across the top there. This is just a nice way to kind of clean up any stray marks with your when you're filling in your brows. And it just kind of emphasizes the shape of them a little bit more when you have the concealer right across the top outline of your brows. And I'm just taking the spoolie end of my Anastasia Brow Whiz pencil and just kind of grooming them back in place. And now I'm going to be spritzing my face with the MAC Fix Plus to set my makeup for the day. It's really nice. It feels so good when you spray it on the skin. You just kind of have to let it dry a little bit. Be careful when you're blinking so you don't get mascara all over your brow bone. And now I'm going in with the Maybelline Color Whisper and Oola Lilac. And just applying that all over my lips. And I decided that color was a little bit more purple than I wanted it to be, so I wanted it to be a little bit softer. So I'm taking the Revlon Color Burst in Strawberry Shortcake, just to kind of make it more have a pink tone to it. And I still wasn't completely happy with the color, so I decided to take a third lipstick. This is the Revlon Nude lipstick, soft nude, excuse me. And I'm just coating my lips with that color as well. So I kind of have like a mix of 3 different lipsticks, but it's okay. I probably would have just put on the Revlon soft nude lipstick, but I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do, but I found that I really liked it to be a little bit softer and not quite as purple. And then I just highlighted my face with the NYX Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle. And then I'm going back in with Vixen from the Naked Basics palette in my flat shader brush and highlighting the inner corner and under my brow bone again, just to touch up where I had done it before. And that's it, guys. I really hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial, and let me know what you guys would like to see next, and let me know what you think of this tutorial. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe. See you guys next time.